Welcome into South Florida Daily. Don't forget, this weekend is Mother's Day, so if you haven't yet gotten something for that special mom in your life, you still have time. Tons of restaurant deals going on, or you can always go with the gift card.
Absolutely, and a gift card to the Lane Spa would be the perfect gift. Rest, relaxation, pedicures, manicures, they have it all. We have a great show for you today, so let's get into it. Welcome in to South Florida Daily.
The Lane Spa is very innovative, and we have many specialties that we work with here. We have facial treatments, many massage therapies, skin care, and nail care. And in addition, there are 30 licensed professionals, including a medical doctor. When people come into our doors, they say that their energy seems completely different when they walk in the door. When they leave, it's almost like the shoulders that are here are now here. They kind of like saunter out or just stretch out and leave the spa and say, I wish I could come back. Can I come back tomorrow? The most popular treatments are, believe it or not, we have couples massage, which they just love. And we also have many different facials and facial treatments, which include machines. So we are able to offer a lot for the young woman and even a mature woman to go ahead and rejuvenize and refresh their face. The most popular facial is a customized facial. So what happens when you enter the room with your esthetician, you both talk about what areas of concern do you have with your face or with your skin, and then we customize it especially for the person and their needs. As we know that stress is dis-ease. So when you come in and you're allowed to go ahead and have your massage or even your facial treatment or a nail service, what happens is we are able to create a relaxation not only physically but also in the mind. So we always say to ourselves, stress less, live more. The atmosphere was created for me. I'm a high energy woman, and I just wait every day for when I can relax and let go. So I tried to create something here for everybody. When they come in, they can just let go. Whatever they had outside there, they just let it go when they come in here. They get to stay healthy, be beautiful, and stress less. Like I said, I wanted to create something that was so much about what I was trying to achieve in my life, not just people coming into the spa. I come in here for my rest, for my relaxation. So that was very important to me when I opened up my business. Everybody's ready for Mother's Day once they leave the Lane Spa.
So these are our white-tailed deer. This is Daffodil. And then over there is Cypress. And you'll notice, of course, the males or the bucks have the antlers. His are a little funky because he has been neutered. Again, please lick her. I'm allergic to you, so please lick her. We get a number of the sandhill cranes in. Most of the time, they've got a leg injury, hit by cars, potentially hit by golf carts. They do tend to hang out in very urban areas. So these are our bald eagles, and one of the things you'll notice about this enclosure is there is no roof on it. So all of these birds have wing injuries that keep them from going back out in the wild again. Bald eagles, they're actually quite populated here in Florida. There's many, many pairs of breeding eagles here, and the reason why is because we have so much fish. So you think about like the Loxahatchee River, and you think about all the areas around here, and there's so much water in Florida, and that's the eagle's favorite food is fish. So the only other state that is proven to have more eagles than Florida is actually Alaska. You'll notice as we walk around, we've got all these birds here, and these are actually black-crowned night herons. And it's funny because we got a few of them in as youngsters, actually from Palm Beach Zoo. They were nesting on their property, and unfortunately when they would fledge, which is what it's called when a baby bird leaves the nest, they would actually fledge into their crocodile habitat. And so they were kind of, pardon the pun, sitting ducks. And so they would bring them here and we continue to raise them up. And we thought, oh, it would be such a nice addition to bush wildlife if people could walk around and see some of these wild birds. Well, Great idea, they can see them. But now when it's close to feeding time like it is right now, we've got the night herons all over the property waiting to see if they can snatch free fish. Amanda, what are you doing? So Amanda is one of our educational ambassadors. She's actually been with Bush Wildlife Sanctuary since the 80s, which is actually before we ended up here at the Loxahatchee River District property. And Amanda is a crested caracara, and I call them the, she's showing off. They are the bird with the identity crisis. So crested caracaras are actually a falcon because of the way their internal organs and their structures are set up. But their nickname is the Mexican eagle because it's the national bird of Mexico, just like we have the bald eagle here in America. And they behave more like a vulture. So even though they're a falcon, they're not fast flyers, but they tend to choose to eat carrion, which is why they don't have any feathers on their beak or their feet. It is an adaptation so that they can eat carrion without getting a lot of dirt and blood and bacteria and things on their face or on their feet. Keeps them nice and clean. Oliver is a barred owl. And she is one of our oldest residents here at the sanctuary. She actually was found on the Loxahatchee River. These are one of the few owls that will nest on the ground. And when she was still in the nest, unfortunately she was attacked by another animal, don't know what, but a hiker found her and her wing was basically barely hanging on and unfortunately had to be amputated. So Ollie's been with us since she was a baby and she has gone to hundreds, if not thousands of educational programs. The really interesting thing about Oliver is because she was raised by humans from a very young age, she tends to stutter. So out in the wild, barred owls will kind of go, who cooks for you? But she'll get stuck on the who. Never does she do that on command. That was awesome. So these are educational ambassador bobcats. Normally I would never say, oh, just go pet a bobcat, you know, but these are actually ones that we have traveled with. They've done David Letterman and Jay Leno, and they've gone to the Southeastern Wildlife Expo in Charleston, and they teach people about bobcats and coexisting with bobcats. So we have 3 of them here right now. We've got, this is Porter, and we've got Paisley and Penelope, and these guys unfortunately were orphaned at a very young age. They were taken away from mom. Most likely someone saw mom, got panicked, trapped her, moved her, and then realized I was seeing her because she was hunting to feed her children. My shoes must smell really, really good right now. So they're like, I've got to get my smell on it. So that's why we're in here with these bobcats right now. So here's a grape for you. I'm gonna grab one for her. So you've got Taya, this is Kiona, they're sisters. You just hold it between 2 fingers, and they're so gentle.
That is so
I love your face.
Oh my gosh.
So
Look at, like, watch just how she, like, takes it.
they've got these wonderfully sweet, soft lips.
Oh my god.
So, and of course we work with them on this. I mean, yes, it's a wonderful educational encounter. This is one of those things where you can really teach people to appreciate nature because of this kind of interaction, but it's really important for us for their medical behaviors. If we can get these animals to actually come up, for instance, show us their feet. Kiona, will you stand all the way up? Please, I know it's late in the day. Come on. Maybe Taya will do it. Try to get it, hold it up and tell her to come up.
Come up here.
Oh, I just
Yeah,
got
good
licked.
girl.
Come on.
Good girl.
She'll stand like that. We can
You're
take a look
so
at her belly.
big.
We can check and see if there's anything going on as far as any kind of scabs, bug bites, any kinds of problems.
Good girl.
This is Micaiah. Micaiah came into us kind of an interesting way. She was confiscated at Palm Beach International Airport. Her and her brother passed away a couple years ago now, but they were being illegally smuggled into Florida in the exotic pet trade. You can come down here and meet her if you like. You just kind of put your hand flat, and of course, once you get past her head there, you can kind of...
You're purring. Are
You hear her purring?
happy?
So obviously she is extremely used to people.
Yeah.
Most likely she was bred in a captive situation. My understanding is that she actually was used like in Ohio, where laws concerning wildlife are very, very loose, if you will. And they would use her for like glamour shots. So you'd be at the mall and you pay $10 to get a picture with a cub. And then once they get too big, they get introduced to the illegal pet trade. And that is how she ended up here in Florida.
Wow, you are beautiful.
She says, I know.
Thank you so much, Amy. This has been a really, really, really cool tour. I enjoyed it so much, and I will definitely definitely be back.
Thank you. Please bring all your friends.
I
Tell
will.
everybody we
I
want to
will,
share our
for
animals
sure.
with everyone.
I will be
so.
back.
Thank
you so much.
Have a good
day.
one.
Bye.
The South Florida Daily Set is sponsored by El Dorado Furniture.
You're watching Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm Jacqueline Journey. So excited today because we are at the Norton Museum of Art, and it is incredible. They have got everything here, including all the masters and all the fantastic contemporary art you'd ever want to see. They've just done a huge expansion. They now have a restaurant, a fantastic group area where you can go every day for free. This place is fantastic. You're watching Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm Jacqueline Journey, and we are here with Rachel Gustafson at a true treasure. It's the Norton Museum of Art. The first of its kind really when it opened in the 1940s here in South Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. 1941, Ralph Norton and Elizabeth Norton, his wife, opened this museum, and it was the first museum in South Florida, believe it or not. And here we stand 78 years later, bigger and better than ever. We're thrilled to have you here today.
Thank you. You know, their original collection is pretty outstanding. Tell us about that. The whole museum was based on their personal collection that they were accumulating for their own homes.
That's absolutely right. So Elizabeth and Ralph Norton were pretty avant-garde at their time. I think Ralph Norton would be considered one of his era's most modern and contemporary collectors. They collected art by Paul Gauguin, Paul Cézanne, Brancusi, artists that were just at the time not necessarily part of the established canon, but were well on their way, and as we know today, form the basis of Western art history.
And you've gone through a really extreme expansion that's just reopened now in 2019. It is amazing. For anyone who hasn't been to the Norton recently, you have to come and check it out. Tell us about some of the expansion and what you've done.
Sure. So the Norton reopened in February of just this year in 2019. And what it brought with it was an amazing design by Foster and Partners out of London. Lord Norman Foster is a Pritzker Prize winning architect. And so he brought with him this very airy, open design that creates more than 12,000 more square feet of gallery space for us. So it means we get to show a lot more art, not only from what's in our storage and can't be out all the time, but special exhibitions like the one we're standing in right now.
Something that you've got that I adore, we'll definitely have to take a look, the Chihuly ceiling.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What was that like to install? Was that really an endeavor?
Well, the Dale Chihuly ceiling has been at the Norton for quite some years, and now it has a special home in a darkened gallery. So what that allows for is some serious reflection and light to really be pulled out of that multi-piece glass installation. And we did work with folks that work directly with Dale Chihuly Studio to reinstall that. But that's one of 3 different site-specific installations that happened when we reopened. Another one is by an amazing artist out of New York named Rob Wynn, and he used 6,000 pieces of hand-poured mirrored glass to create the huge staircase installation that you'll see right off the restaurant if you care to visit that.
What does everyone come to see? Like, what is the #1 attraction, do you think?
I think if you're a history buff, it's most likely Paul Gauguin's Christ in the Garden of Olives. We are constantly being asked by other institutions to borrow that because it is such an iconic work in his oeuvre. And so I think for people, that's really not only a hallmark piece in Mr. Norton's original collection, but really in the grander history of art. So I would say that's probably our biggest icon here, but there's plenty more that comes from Stuart Davis's New York mural is also also a huge inspirational piece for many people, and sometimes when they come in the front desk, that's all they ask for.
And there's always something new to see. They have rotating collections where we're standing now. This is actually here only for a short period of time.
That's right. Yeah, so this is one of our many special exhibitions that we had when we reopened. We had 8 total. So if you can think about those numbers, we'll be rotating that in just about a few weeks here, and we'll basically start reconfiguring some of the galleries. So the space that we're standing in here will be divided into 2 separate exhibitions. So right now it's one consistent one, but we're going to break it up and change things up. It's all about experiment now with the New Norton and trying to see how we can use these new spaces the best we can to showcase the best art of our time.
You never know where you'll find us, and that's why you should follow us on social.
Yeah, see what we're up to. We post behind the scenes photos, giveaways, and so much more on Instagram and Facebook.
At South FL Daily. There's so many things to see and do in Palm Beach County, and Palm Tran gets you there with ease.
Palm Tran's Get on the Bus Challenge is going on right now through June 1st. It's an opportunity for you to get on Palm Tran if you never have before and see that there are more transportation options than just your car.
South Florida Daily is on the move with Palm Tran.
Palm Tran is Palm Beach County's premier transportation choice, and you can virtually ride anywhere you want throughout the county. And so we offer 3 different modes of service, one being our fixed route, which has our lovely teal buses that you can't miss. Palm Tran can take you anywhere. I mean, the possibilities are absolutely endless. We have nearly 3,000 stops within our system, and so that means we serve every major mall, every major medical facility, every major education or college and university, and who can't forget our beaches. The Get on the Bus Challenge is our invitation to the community to come and try Palm Tran. There are so many iconic spots in Palm Beach County, and Palm Tran can take you to each one of those locations. And so we're having a little bit of a competition to see who can ride the most, and it's really simple to sign up. All you have to do is download the Paradise Pass, where we'll track your rides, register online at palmtran.org, ride with us, and then you have the possibility to win some cool prizes like tickets to the Palm Beach Zoo, tickets to the Cox Science Aquarium, and also gift cards. We're giving out free passes. I mean, the possibilities are, just out there. We're giving away everything for free. And so all you have to do is ride Palm Tran. And Palm Tran is only $2 a ride or $5 all day. When you're thinking about affordable transportation, sometimes even $5 is more than what you're going to get for parking downtown. And so Palm Tran is really affordable to take you anywhere. You can find the Palm Tran schedule by going online to palmtran.org, and we have our trip planner, or you can download the Palm Tran app, which will give you real-time information so you can see where your bus stop is, what time your bus is arriving, and when it's departing.
To register for the Get on the Bus Challenge, visit palmtran.org.
You might win some great prizes and even free rides.
So before all the boats and the condos and the amazing houses here, what was Jupiter before that?
The lighthouse was the real first permanent settlement here in modern times, being finished in 1860.
Wow. And
it was several decades after that before we really got a town here.
So we are in the shadow of what you call a large tree, but you said tree. This looks like multiple trees to me.
There's a few places where you can see the roots hanging down like long strands of hair. And when those grab hold into the ground,
that's it.
They're going to turn into a whole extra trunk.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and there's a great story on why the tree is here. It commemorates the fact that the original keeper's house, here in this howling wilderness, 3 guys taking care of this lighthouse with no town around them, they lived in the house here. Right here, which tragically burned down in 1927.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me the banyan tree pushed them out. who lives here? What's this about?
This house was built by a guy named George Tyndall, and he built this house in 1892, and it's now the oldest surviving home in Jupiter. We even got some historic vegetation in the yard with these pineapples. They know what a pineapple and a banana
Come to
looks
Jupiter, see our pineapples. That's nice.
like. Most people think when they hear Florida fruit, their first thing is, oh, it's oranges.
Oranges, sure.
But 100 years ago,
Pineapples.
it was pineapples.
And
here
I've
in
been
South
learning
Florida.
strawberries. We were the center for peppers. I mean, we were
Tomatoes, all
everything
sorts
here.
of stuff down here. That's what drew people down here is the great growing seasons. This big bell is from Pennock Plantation. It was set right in the middle of it as the lunch bell, the dinner bell, and the end of the workday, and the volunteer fire alarm bell.
Ever ring it? You ever just like on your own when you're by yourself on the, you just come over here untie it?
We occasionally have to watch people. They're like,
yeah, right? When you want to, I want to hear it. And we don't get a chance to hear it?
not today.
Fine, Josh, whatever, ruin my fun. Whatever. All right, it's a solid door, right?
Good iron door.
Yeah. How many stairs?
105 stairs to the top.
Do people ever not make it?
Sometimes they get up to one of the landings and they say, you know, that's all for today.
Oh, wow.
This is an amazing view. We got our inlet here. The lighthouse is particularly useful for the people using our inlet, which is very treacherous. Before modern times, the lighthouse had nothing to do with the inlet, but here we are called a landfall light. All the shipping that is trying to go from the Gulf of Mexico around Florida through those comparatively narrow Florida straits has to pass right by here. And we're actually east of Miami, east of Cape Canaveral. Easy to have a boat accident.
I want to talk a little bit because we passed by the actual lens.
Yes,
right?
it's something called a Fresnel lens. We are very proud that of 13 first order lenses, the biggest kind in America, we've got one of them and it's still active.
Tell me about the paint. Is there a special paint on the lighthouse?
We have to use very special paint made in Germany so that the bricks can breathe out all the moisture that we get here in South Florida.
The lens is from France. The paint is from Germany. The bricks are from?
Bricks are brought down from New England. We're actually,
from New England, all right.
That we're standing on a deck that has big white brackets holding up, made out of Maine granite.
Thank God. Yes, this is a sturdy
Very
structure.
sturdy
So you can come out here and you can see pretty much all of the area, right?
Yeah, it's 14 miles to the horizon.
Visit us online and at all Eldorado Furniture showrooms.
It's a special Mother's Day edition of the Weekend Rundown. Up first, the Miami City Ballet presents Swan Lake this weekend in West Palm Beach. Catch the New York Times Best in Dance smash hit at the Kravis Center. There are 2 shows on Saturday, May 11th, and 1 on Sunday, May 12th. Tickets are available at kravis.org. Give mom the gift of goat yoga this Saturday. 24 Karat Ranch in Loxahatchee is hosting a Mother's Day weekend special event, May 11th, starting at 9 a.m. You'll practice gentle yoga and mindfulness exercises and get a look at where the baby goats eat, sleep, live, and play. Sign up for this unique experience at 24caratranch.com. After yoga, stop by Swank Farmers Market. The weekly event is Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can shop 30 amazing local vendors at the market on a real farm. Find fresh produce, local artisan goods, baked items, and so much more. For more on these events and other happenings, visit SouthFLDaily.com.